The hidden costs of being broke. Why poverty is expensive. Welcome to the Wealth Echelon, your ultimate destination for mastering personal finance, building wealth, and achieving financial freedom. Whether you're a beginner looking to budget smarter, an aspiring investor exploring the stock market, or someone seeking practical strategies for debt reduction, this channel is here to guide you every step of the way. Join us as we break down complex financial concepts into simple, actionable steps. Expect expert tips, proven strategies, and real-world examples to help you take control of your money and unlock your financial potential. Subscribe now and start your journey to financial mastery, one smart decision at a time. 1. The high cost of poor credit. One of the biggest financial traps of being broke is having a low credit score. When people struggle to pay bills on time, miss loan payments, or max out their credit cards, their credit score drops. Unfortunately, a low credit score makes borrowing money more expensive. Banks and lenders charge higher interest rates to those with poor credit because they are seen as high-risk borrowers. This means a person with bad credit might pay double or triple the interest rate on a car loan or mortgage compared to someone with good credit. Even renting an apartment can become difficult, as many landlords check credit scores before approving tenants. In essence, those who can least afford high interest rates and financial penalties end up paying the most. 2. Paying more for basic needs. Having a low income forces people to buy only what they can afford at the moment, rather than investing in cost-saving options. For example, buying in bulk is much cheaper per unit, but it requires a larger upfront payment. Someone struggling financially may only be able to afford a single roll of toilet paper instead of a bulk pack, even though the bulk pack costs significantly less per roll. Similarly, they may have to rely on expensive convenience stores rather than large grocery stores because they don't have transportation to get to cheaper shopping options. Over time, these small additional costs add up, making life more expensive for those who are already struggling. 3. Expensive short-term financial solutions. When people don't have enough money to cover their expenses, they often turn to payday loans, credit cards, or overdraft protection, each of which comes with high costs. Payday loans, for instance, often come with annual percentage rates, APRs, of 300% or more, meaning a person who borrows $500 may have to pay back $600 or more in just a couple of weeks. Overdraft fees at banks can be another burden, with many charging $35 or more for each overdraft transaction. Without savings or affordable credit options, people living in poverty are forced to take out these expensive loans repeatedly, trapping them in a cycle of debt that is nearly impossible to escape. 4. Higher transportation costs. Reliable transportation is a necessity for maintaining a job, but for those who are broke, it can be a major financial burden. Many low-income individuals cannot afford a new or reliable vehicle, so they end up purchasing older, cheaper cars that require frequent and expensive repairs. If the car breaks down unexpectedly, they might not have enough money to fix it, which can lead to missing work and losing wages. Public transportation, while often cheaper, is not always a reliable solution. Long commute times, limited routes, and unexpected delays make it difficult for people to get to work on time, which can put their jobs at risk. Additionally, in areas without good public transport options, people may have to rely on expensive alternatives like taxis or rideshare services, further increasing their costs. 5. The rent trap. Owning a home is often seen as a path to financial stability, but for those living paycheck to paycheck, buying a home is out of reach. Instead, they are forced to rent, which can be more expensive in the long run. Unlike homeowners, renters do not build equity in their homes, meaning they are paying money each month without getting any financial return. Many landlords also require security deposits, first and last month's rent, and other fees before tenants can even move in. Additionally, rent prices can increase over time, while mortgage payments remain relatively stable. This situation makes it difficult for people to save money for a down payment on a house, keeping them stuck in the rental cycle indefinitely. 6. Healthcare becomes a luxury. Healthcare is another major area where poverty becomes expensive. People with low incomes are less likely to have health insurance, and even those who do may struggle to afford co-pays, prescriptions, or out-of-pocket costs. Because of this, many low-income individuals avoid going to the doctor unless it's an emergency. Preventative care, such as routine checkups, dental cleanings, and early treatment of illnesses, is often ignored, which leads to more severe health problems down the line. When they finally seek treatment, it's usually in emergency rooms, which are significantly more expensive than a regular doctor's visit. Additionally, untreated health conditions can lead to missed workdays, lower productivity, and even job loss, making financial stability even harder to achieve. 7. Poor nutrition costs. More. Healthy food is expensive, and people with lower incomes often have to prioritize cheap, calorie-dense meals over nutritious options. Fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains tend to be more costly than processed foods and fast food, which are loaded with unhealthy fats, sugars, and preservatives. This leads to long-term health issues such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, which in turn increase healthcare costs. Additionally, low-income neighborhoods often lack affordable grocery stores, leaving people with limited options and forcing them to buy food from more expensive convenience stores or fast food restaurants. The combination of high food costs and poor nutrition creates a cycle where people pay more for healthcare due to diet-related illnesses, further increasing the financial burden of poverty. 8. Lack of financial cushion. For people living paycheck to paycheck, any unexpected expense can be devastating. Whether it's a sudden medical bill, a car breakdown, or a rent increase, these financial shocks can push someone into debt almost instantly. Without savings, they are forced to take out high-interest loans, use credit cards, or borrow money from friends and family just to get by. This lack of a financial safety net makes it incredibly difficult to plan for the future. Instead of being able to invest in education, retirement, or career development, they are stuck trying to handle each financial crisis as it comes. The inability to save money keeps people trapped in a cycle of financial instability. 9. Limited educational and career opportunities. Higher education and skill-building programs are often expensive, making it difficult for low-income individuals to advance in their careers. College tuition, training courses, and certification programs all require upfront costs that many people simply can't afford. Without higher education or specialized training, job opportunities remain limited to low-wage positions with little potential for growth. This results in a cycle where people continue to earn just enough to survive, but not enough to improve their financial situation. Additionally, working multiple low-paying jobs to make ends meet leaves little time or energy for pursuing further education or skill development. 10. The mental and emotional toll of poverty. The psychological burden of being broke is enormous. Constant stress about money leads to anxiety, depression, and feelings of hopelessness. Many people experience scarcity mindset, where they are so focused on short-term survival that they struggle to make long-term financial decisions. This mental strain affects relationships, job performance, and overall well-being. Additionally, the stigma surrounding poverty often makes people feel ashamed, preventing them from seeking help or discussing their struggles with others. The emotional exhaustion of always being in survival mode makes it even harder to break out of poverty. 11th, expensive legal troubles. Being poor can increase the risk of legal troubles, which come with high costs. Many low-income individuals can't afford good legal representation, meaning they may end up paying more in fines or serving jail time for minor offenses. Even something as simple as unpaid traffic tickets can lead to license suspensions, making it even harder to maintain a job. 12th, lack of access to technology. In today's digital world, access to technology is essential for education, job applications, and financial management. Many low-income households cannot afford computers or reliable internet, limiting their opportunities. Without access to online banking, affordable shopping options, and remote work, they are often left behind. Being poor isn't just about having less money, it's about spending more on nearly every aspect of life. From high-interest loans to expensive food, unreliable transportation, and limited healthcare access, poverty creates a cycle where escaping financial hardship becomes increasingly difficult. Addressing these hidden costs is essential for creating a more equitable society where people have the opportunity to improve their financial future. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more wealth building insights. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates.